Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Co-accused in Sikiana case gets bail trial date. The 47-year-old security guard charged in connection with the murder of social media influencer Anika Sikiana Thousand was given bail in the sum of $500,000 when he appeared in the St. Jean Circuit Court on Monday afternoon. He will go back to court on March 6, 2023 for trial. Ron Early B. Rose was charged with misprision of a felony. This means he is accused of knowing about the matter but failed to notify the authorities. Among the conditions of his bail, he must report to the Lucy police station in Hanover 3 times each week. He is also to surrender his travel documents. Rose's case is connected to that of Russian Partisan, who is charged with Thousand's murder. Partisan, who appeared in court last week Thursday, is to face the court on December 15 for a bail hearing. On October 21, Thousand's chantilly-clad body was retrieved from the sea in Reading between St. James and Hanover. Patterson is accused of strangling her to death. Holness says hiring of new cops would not impact crime rate immediately. Despite steps being taken to hire more police officers to fight crime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has said this move will not have an immediate impact on the country's murder rate. Mr. Holness, who was speaking at the Jamaica Labour Party's Central Executive meeting on Sunday, noted that with an average of 32 murders committed in the country each week, new officers will not be able to effect immediate change. He pointed to 300 recent recruits who will have to first gather further skills before being sent on certain operations. Meanwhile, Mr. Holness lamented that murders do much than affect victims and pressure the resources of the security forces. They also impact the wider society.
We have been increasing our resources in terms of the number of policemen. A few months ago, we graduated 300, and in a couple of days' time, we will graduate another 300. That's 600 policemen will be added to the force in a few months. We will, by the year is out, add over 1,200. That's significant. But even that would not be sufficient to tackle a murder per week, the number of murders per week of 32. That is going to take time. There will be new policemen. They would not yet have all the skills to be pressed into full operation. The issue of murder, we tend to just look at it as it's far off. It only affects the people who are right in it. But it draws in significant resources. It creates significant trauma, both within the communities and within the police force. But it has another effect. Each time the report comes, someone is murdered, the two things happen. One is a desensitization to the value of life. And that is just constantly happening in our society. We're growing numb to it to the point where we believe that in a free and democratic society, 1,000 murders or more is natural. And that is what has happened over the years. But it also has sent a message to those people who are committing murders and getting away with it, that murder is a viable and acceptable way of resolving disputes because they can get away with it. So we really have a serious crisis in our country, a debilitating crisis, really.
Police Federation criticizes government's handling of issues affecting officers. Enough is enough. That's the message the Jamaica Police Federation is sending to the government for what the Federation says is the poor handling of several situations affecting police officers. Among the issues are the inadequate provision of crime-fighting resources and poor compensation. Chairman of the Police Federation, Corporal Will James, says the government has promised to address these issues but has not delivered on its promises. Noting that the government must be held responsible when it is wrong, Corporal James stresses that there is no space for a state of emergency in Jamaica.
We are promised monument and that it would be unveiled in the 60th year of our Jubilee, where it is, broken promises. We are promised that we will be properly remunerated, but yet still we have our Minister of Finance behaving as if we are mendicants at the table. It will not happen under my watch. We are promised that we will have facilities, but yet still there is not a holistic approach being taken to ensure that the resources are pumped into national security. And then we stand at podiums crying and behaving as if we don't know what we are doing. Enough is enough. When our employer creates the mayhem, they should be held accountable. There is absolutely no space for any state of emergency because they know what they are doing when they are tying our hands, depriving us of the resources from police in this country. I reminded my colleagues at our central conferences that the PNP means police not promoted and JLP means justice left police. So all I'm simply saying to you colleagues, Jamaica must ensure that we hold those who we elect accountable and not to listen to lip service and pretty speeches. Put the resources of our tax dollar to work that we can at least see our children benefiting once and for all.
Security officers withdraw their services again in protest over wage and benefits. Security officers from several parishes have withdrawn their services as they protest being treated as contract workers despite the Supreme Court ruling that they are employees. The Jamaica Association for Private Security, JAMS, had announced that security guards would have been protesting for the second time this month. Speaking to reporters on Monday morning, JAMS President Teddy Lee Gray said security officers have engaged in the island-wide sick-out with hopes of effective change in their employment status. He said while they have only received contract from 2 security firms, he expects that after Monday's sick-out and delivery a letter to Garden House on Tuesday, firms should realize the gravity of the situation. He called on the opposition and the government to have a meeting with the association to aid in remedying the situation.
Yeah, so basically, it's a good feeling that, we decided to have an all-island sick-out. We're hearing from some parish like Manchester, and at least one of the major universities, in Kingston or in Jamaica, where at least they're having problems, the security company having problem with shortage of workers in terms of the security officers. So we're seeing some things in our groups where some locations, whether it's small or not, been impacted where due to offices from some companies cannot get security officers to turn up today. And also want the Minister Samuda to at least respond back to our email, at least to have a meeting with us. The opposition had responded. Wish at least both of them could sit down and have a bipartisan effort on this issue. But we are calling on Mr. Samuda and the Prime Minister and even Mr. Nigel Clark to at least come sit down if these security companies still avoid it. So the government, the opposition, we need to hear their voice on this issue again.
Jamaica among 84 nations hit by WhatsApp data leak report. Jamaica is reported among 84 countries affected by a WhatsApp data leak, with nearly 4,000 local phone numbers compromised. The announcement was made by online security publication Cybernews via its Twitter account. Cybernews' official website states that someone is allegedly selling up-to-date mobile phone numbers to nearly 500 million WhatsApp users from 84 countries. It said a data sample investigated by Cybernews likely confirms the allegation to be true. It was reported that on November 16, a threat actor posted an ad on a well-known hacking community forum claiming to be selling a 2022 database of 487 million WhatsApp user mobile number with over 32 million US users recorded included. Meanwhile, another huge chunk of phone numbers reportedly belonging to citizens of Egypt 45 million, Italy 35 million, Saudi Arabia 29 million, France 20 million, and Turkey 20 million. The data set for sale also allegedly has nearly 10 million Russian and over 11 million UK citizens' phone numbers, while 385,890 Jamaican records were noted. The threat actor stated that the US data set was being sold from 7,000, the UK 2,500, and Germany 2,000, Cybernews stated. JPS warns against fake subsidy scams circulating online. The Jamaica Public Service JPS is again warning the public against a fake survey that has been circulating online, particularly on WhatsApp, claiming to be related to the government's contribution towards JPS bills earlier this year. Customers are being urged not to participate or share their personal information in this survey, as it is a scam. The government's co-pay plan, which started reflecting on bill's date, May this year, came to an end in August 2022. Residential customers who qualify for the subsidy receive the benefit directly to their JPS accounts, which was reflected as a separate line item on bills. JPS is urging customers to stay alert and to continue to protect themselves from unscrupulous online activities. Customers who are suspicious about promotions or giveaways are being encouraged to contact the company for more information via their social media platform at MyJPS Online or their 24-hour customer care center at 888-CALL-JPS. That's 888-225-5577 or 888-935-5577. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.